Good morning, my friends. It's about time you sit back and grab a cup of tea and get cozy, because we're about to get happy. At last, with the impending release of the Happy Ghast update, it's time we revolutionize the overworld. Over the course of today's video, we'll be taking a look at dried ghast, finding the ghast, farming the ghast, some secret stats, big strats, and even more. This guide is fully up to date as of the release of the Happy Ghast on both Java and Bedrock. Down below, I'd love to know, what is your favorite use for the Happy Ghast? Finding mobs, exploring, or what is it? Smash that like button, subscribe for more videos, and let's dive right in. If our goal is to one day have the big beautiful balloon of the Happy Ghast, well, our story, every single one of them, will begin with this small little guy right here. The dried ghast, Minecraft's most stressed out, pained mob of all time. Now, in order to get your hands on the Happy Ghast, in all honesty, it's actually a pretty easy move. You could totally pull this off on, like, day 2. You've also got 3 different options. Our main option being sliding into the nether, getting bombed right off the bat. Yes, but then most importantly, locating the Soul Sand Valley biome. Within the Soul Sand Valley biome, you'll be able to find these sick nether fossils. They are nothing new, they've been here for years. But new to the fossils inside of this update, the dried ghast. You'll be able to find this sad little block sitting next to many of them that generate. Like, check that out. In that short footage that you just saw, there's one right there, and then right around the bend over here, there were 2 more. It'll all amount to, as long as you're careful, this thing being pretty easy to find. In survival Minecraft, once you find one of these things inside of the Soul Sand Valley biome, walk up to it, smack it with your plain old fist, and it'll drop on the ground just like that. But you just can't find a Soul Sand Valley biome? No big deal. Find your local piglins or local stack of piglin spawn eggs. Give these gold-crazed creatures a little bit of gold and then cross your fingers. You could barter with the piglins for a little bit of dried ghast block as well. It's just, to be honest, pretty rare. Now, our other method for dried ghast getting can be found right over at Home Sweet Home, of which there is a world download out right now for channel members. Our other method for Happy Ghast getting here involves just 2 separate items, in total 9 of them. You're going to need to get your hands on some soul sand and some ghast tears. Inside of this update, you are also able to craft life, except not like that. In order to craft the Happy Ghast, it is 8 ghast tears, a little tricky to get, and 1 piece of soul sand, very easy. You can then craft yourself a brand new fancy dried ghast. Now, taking a look at this block right here, this is the newest Minecraft block. If I were to place the dried ghast on soul sand or soul soil, well, listen. Aha. Oh, it's beautiful. This new Minecraft block will make cool ambient sounds if placed on either of the soul blocks, but when placed on any other block in the game, no sounds at all. Speaking of, when placed on any other block in the game, the dried ghast is very, very versatile. You could place this block on literally any block in the entire game, or you could have this block just straight up floating in midair. It's pretty chill. In fact, this block is so strong and versatile that even, yes, sticky pistons can pull and push the dried ghast. The block also has some brand new sounds as well. Listen. Little squishy sounding. It instantaneously breaks and you don't need a tool if you walk on it. It's like soft sounding. And it's got these really cool particle effects that pop out of the block as well. Maybe you could use this in like a kitchen build for smoke. Now, fresh out of the nether, you've gotten your hands on a dried ghast block. If I place this down on any old block in the world, nothing will happen to it. Instead, if my hopes and dreams are to eventually fly around my world, well, in that case, I'm going to need to take the dried ghast block and submerge it in water. When doing so, you'll get a brand new advancement on Java Edition, and then you need to wait. And once you put the thing in water, you'll notice green particle effects popping up from time to time. That's because it's working, but you're going to need to wait a total of 20 minutes of in-game time for anything to happen here. So we've got some interesting hydrating mechanics here. This hydrating process will take 20 minutes. It will revert to phase 0 if you break it, so totally resets. However, here on the other hand, my Happy Ghast was hydrated a little bit, and then maybe I walked up and placed a sponge down, took the water away. Instead of instantaneously reverting back to the starting point, it'll actually slowly unhydrate over time. It's a really, really cool mechanic. Both observers and skulk sensors will also be able to detect this hydration process, so you could build a cool machine. In total here, we've got 4 different phases of Happy Ghast hydration. This is phase 0. After that, we get phase 1. Then we get phase 2. It's a little bit happier. And then finally, right before it's about to pop, we'll get phase number 3. Each one of these phases will last about 5 minutes of in-game time, and the Happy Ghast or dried ghast must be loaded in. If you're far away from home and the chunk is not loaded, the ghast will never hydrate. Our next step in the circle of life for the dried ghast block is to grow it up, actually properly hatch this thing. Increasing or changing game rule random tick speed does not actually speed up the growth process of this mob. So instead here, if we want to speed this up a little bit, we can go ahead and run through a couple of tick sprints. After a little bit of time, oh my god, you are beautiful. The Ghastling has now been born. We can take the water away. The Ghastling is basically like the baby version of the eventual Happy Ghast mob. This thing is absolutely adorable, about 1 block in size. And right now, you can't put a harness on it because it's way too small. And now, in this baby phase right here, it's got a couple of complex mechanics. We'll start with the basics though, assuming you just birthed one. If you don't want to lose it, hold some snowballs in your hand. That's the tempting item for this mob. Right now, a harness is going to do absolutely nothing. Forget about it. It's all 100% snowballs. Now, this mob right here on its own, if we were to give it a little bit of time, that is 20 more minutes of time. I will have to wait around for another Minecraft day for this thing to grow up if I don't intervene at all. Now, there are ways to intervene. We'll talk about it in a minute. Big pro tip here. The Happy Ghast Ghastling, once it's birthed, put it on a lead, attach it to a fence, and let it just do its thing. Home locations. This is a big mechanic for both the Ghastling and the fully grown up big ghast. When a baby ghast is born in your world, a home location is essentially declared. So let's say just a second ago, this Ghastling was birthed on this block right here. The block where the original dried ghast block was once sitting is now declared as this Ghastling's home location. It will not wander too far away from its home location. Even if this mob were left unleashed, it shouldn't wander more than 64 blocks away from its starting point. However, home locations can change. Home locations will change when a player intervenes with a Happy Ghast. So let's say I went ahead and fed you that snowball right there. Now its home location has been reset to where the ghast was when it ate the snowball. So that could mean if in theory you don't have the materials to craft a lead in this update, I don't know how that happens. All you need to do is feed it a snowball. Ghastlings, when they are bored and not on a lead, also like to follow things, including the player and other mobs. If this Ghastling were left off of a lead, even if I'm not holding anything, you can kind of tell right here that it just kind of wants to follow me. And it doesn't matter that I fed it snowballs or anything. It just likes people. It'll also like fully grown up Happy Ghasts. And actually, this whole list of other mobs right here as well. If any of these mobs wander close to the Happy Ghast, say a cow, well, it'll start following the cow. Ghastlings are also fully immune to water. They will never drown, ever. Not that you would ever need to know this or anything, of course, no, it'll be safe, but the Ghastling has a total of 20 health. Now for our newfound, the baby mob, that's just about it. Right now in its current state, it's kind of useless. It's like a cute, adorable flying around the noise machine, but that's just about it. In order to keep moving that phase of life along here, next up, what we're going to want to do is either wait a little bit of time or give it snowballs. The Ghastling, it likes snowballs. That is its favorite food. From all of my tests and experiments, if you have 4 stacks of snowballs, or in total 64, you should be able to feed the snowballs to the Ghastling. And before you finish off all of your snowballs, this mob should pop off into its fully grown adult version. Also note that this factors in 0 time passed since this thing actually was birthed, or whatever the word for it is. So we go ahead and keep feeding you snowballs, and then hopefully we've got a couple of extra ones, because now we've got a big, ginormous mob. This mob is like 4x4 blocks. It's absolutely gigantic. It's known as the Happy Ghast. The Happy Ghast, once fully grown up, does no longer care about following a player or a cow or anything like that. It's a fully grown-up. It's got a mind of its own. This thing is, oh, it's so cool looking. It's really big. It's like the normal ghast with shorter tentacles here. If I want to get its attention again, I'm going to need to either hold snowballs or hold the brand new harness item that we'll talk a little bit more about in a second. Hey, come back here. Unfortunately, these things, they can sometimes fly up really, really high, and if you're standing on the ground, well, you just got to wait around until it decides to come back down. One of the best moves of all time that you can do with the Happy Ghast is as soon as you grow it up, get that lead out, put it on a fence, and it will no longer wander very far at all. Home mechanics. These fully grown Happy Ghasts have the exact same mechanic as the Ghastling. But there is one thing that you could change about this one. If I put a harness on the Happy Ghast, well then instead of wandering 64 blocks from its home location, it'll only wander 32 blocks from its home location instead. Now with the harness on the Happy Ghast, we could actually bring you back over to land with a little bit of snowballs here and jump right on top of you. Once I've jumped on top of it, we can see there that it has as much health as the player. 20 total. Go ahead and take a look at our hitboxes here, and we can see this thing. It's got a clean, square hitbox. In the Happy Ghast series, we've done a whole lot of science diving into the Happy Ghast. You can contain this mob in a 4x4x4 block area if you so choose. You could also use a dispenser to equip a harness on a Happy Ghast. You use a pair of shears to unequip the harness from the Happy Ghast. Now, the Happy Ghast is a unique mob in the sense that it is solid, but also not solid. If I were to drop a mob on top of the Happy Ghast, well, it kind of works. You can see here it's a little bit glitchy. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it's solid and not. Meanwhile, if I jump on this thing, now it's a fully solid surface. With a player on top of it, other mobs can now stand on top of the Happy Ghast as well. However, as soon as I move off of this thing, well, the mobs, it's a little bit delayed, but they get kicked off. While we're here, let's talk about it, though. The harness. We backtrack a little bit. And in order to craft the brand new harness item, you will need yourself a tiny bit of leather, a little bit of glass for the goggles, of course, and a piece of wool. Any color of wool will do. Quite beautifully here, if you've created a harness and you changed your mind on the color, well, all you need is a single piece of dye in order to change the color of the harness. Equipping your newfound yellow harness, best color in the game to your Ghast, is very easy. All you need to do is use the harness on the Ghast. Just take it off, a pair of shears. That is the only way, other than, well, we're not going to talk about the other way. Now, in total, we've got 16 colors of Ghast harnesses. We've got the full rainbow of harnesses. It's cool. If we go ahead and get a back shot here, oh, wow, you can see these colors really popping. By far, hands down, red one is the best one. Now for this next part here, I've gotten my friend to help us. So take a look at this texture there. That's a nice looking texture, but as soon as somebody gets on the Happy Ghast, the goggles actually pop down on the texture, and that is to indicate that, hey, somebody's riding the Happy Ghast. Like, the big thing here is it's meant to make it very, very visual from far, far away that somebody is approaching you. Now, while you are on the Happy Ghast or somebody is on it, always the first player will jump in this front seat. That's the pilot seat. The next player to interact with the Happy Ghast will jump in this side seat right here. It's going to go in a clockwise motion. There are 4 seats here. So we have player 1, player 2, player 3, and then player 4 right there. Up to 4 players can go on the Happy Ghast, but only the front one can steer. All right, buddy, that's enough. Goodbye. When it comes to healing the Happy Ghast, there are so many options. Of course, only for science. You take a little bit of damage, it's so sad. Now that my buddy has taken so much damage, I've got a couple of different options if I wanted to heal up. Option number 1, I give it 30 seconds. The Happy Ghast has a natural healing rate of half a heart every 30 seconds, so it's not very quick. My other option here with the Happy Ghast is to ascend this thing all the way up to cloud level. That is going to mean, statistically, numerically speaking, we need to go all the way up to in between Y187 and 196 to check all the health as soon as I get all the way up here. It is going to heal so quickly if I just sit around up here in the clouds and give it a second. Oh my god, that is so cool. I love that mechanic of this thing. Happy Ghast, we've got another option. Whack. Sitting around nowhere near as high, but this time inside of the rain. Being in the rain or the snow will also heal the Happy Ghast up pretty quickly. About as quickly as it heals when it's up in the clouds. One final time, I'm so sorry about this, but if the Happy Ghast took a little bit of damage, another option you've got here is a little bit of regeneration. You can give the Happy Ghast any potion effect in the game, including regen. Now, you know, it's kind of funny here because we talked all about healing the Happy Ghast, but I haven't really even talked about piloting it. Flying a Happy Ghast is the easiest thing in the world. Equip it with a harness, get on this thing. If you flip your POV, you zoom way out, and to fly around, all you need to do is look where you want to go and press forward. That's it. Moving around the Happy Ghast is so simple. If you look up, the Happy Ghast will slowly fly up. Another way to go up is by hitting jump. If I hold down space, I will fly straight up, and then I can kind of look around wherever I want. If I hit either side key, I will strafe left or right, and then if I hit the backwards key, I will also back up. The only thing that took a little bit of more getting used to, for me at least, is going down. You can't press shift. If you press shift, you'll be dismounted from the Happy Ghast and put safely right up on top of this thing. Instead, if you want to go down, all you need to do is look straight down and fly down. Oh my god, it is so easy. While flying the Happy Ghast, if you stop pressing anything, the ghast will do nothing. It does not move if you do not move. Same thing if you're standing on top of it. It'll actually align to a grid. While flying the Happy Ghast, it is so easy to move around and break blocks, place blocks, and really just do whatever you want to do. Keep all that in mind though, we'll talk a little bit more about uses for this mob very, very soon. Farms for the Happy Ghast. You're looking to farm this thing, have infinite amounts of this. Well, right now at launch, you've got 3 different options basically. Our first option here when it comes to farming the Happy Ghast, or more so dried ghast block, that's how all these farms are going to work, is going to be the piglin bartering. If you want to, you could set yourself up some kind of fancy bartering machine. You could even automate it with a machine that throws the gold right next to the piglin so it can pick it up. And then bam, you can go ahead and go about things that way. Hopefully before too long, you're able to get yourself a dried ghast, but don't hold your breath. Statistically speaking, piglin bartering will only give you about a 2.13% chance to barter this thing. Our next move here, at least on Minecraft Java, way far up above the nether. Go super high up, Soul Sand Valley biome or something, and build yourself a simple little ghast farm. Now these ghast farms, you can set these things up in many different ways, but typically they will consist of large platforms of a spawnable block up far above the nether. Because lighting does not affect ghast spawns, you will typically then go ahead and light those platforms up, and well then in time, hopefully a ghast actually spawns. You take it out, you get the tears, then it's back over to the Soul Sand Valley biome. Pick up some soul sand or barter for some from a piglin, and there you go. But to be honest, probably our best way to farm the dried ghast, well, it's not really going to be automatic or anything like that, but it is going to be pretty quick. So in order to pull this one off, over here inside of the nether, I've got 2 supplies. I've got myself a looting 3 sword, that's a big part, and then I've got myself a bow, so I can take out ghast. Here's the move here. We're gonna want to put our bow in our offhand, and then looting 3 sword in the main hand. Find an area with a ghast, hopefully over solid land, and take the ghast out, and with looting 3 sword in your hand, even though you shot it with the bow, looting is going to apply. So that would mean here that as long as I just take a couple of ghast out in pretty much no time, I'm going to have more than enough ghast tears to make a new dried ghast. If you can find an area where ghasts are spawning quite a bit and to make sure you retrieve the tears, this is the best way to get tears quick and easy. Last and definitely not least today, the Happy Ghast is some of the best uses for this thing. The Happy Ghast is truly a mob that revolutionizes Minecraft. Our first great use here for this mob, and to be honest, probably most obvious use, is, well, just straight up exploring or moving your friends around your world. Jump on a Happy Ghast, set your sights on the horizon, and then literally just move. While you are flying a Happy Ghast, 0 hunger is consumed. It does move slow, but it's really not that slow in the grand scheme of things. In areas that might have been a little bit trickier to reach before, say the top of this tree for whatever reason, well, now you could easily get right up on top of them. Another great use for the Happy Ghast is making that beautiful map wall you've always dreamt of. Of course, maps are easier to make up in the sky. Usually, at least I would wait till I have an elytra so I could just fly around and spam a bunch of maps, or even just fill in one gigantic map easily, but now it's super easy. Get a ghast to go up in the sky, and you can fly around and make maps all day long. So simple. Mob transport is also a pretty huge move that you could do with the Happy Ghast in this update. So alongside the lead getting way better, we've got this new functionality where Happy Ghast with a harness, with a snowball, don't leave me, friend, no, come back. So we could have you over here, then we could put a lead on a boat just like that, then we could put a lead on a Happy Ghast just like that, and look at that, we get a brand new texture on the Happy Ghast, and the mob is now riding down below this thing. I could then go ahead and jump on the Happy Ghast and transport whatever I want to transport in the entire world, all with the help of a boat, or you don't even need it. Whoa, wait a second, this is one of the coolest seeds ever. The village is straight up in the mangrove. But check this out, you don't even need the boat. You could just go ahead and put a sheep on a lead, get on top of the Happy Ghast, and drag the sheep all the way up into the sky. But yes, one of my favorite uses for the Happy Ghast, well, it comes into play when you take this thing into the end. Get your hands on a Happy Ghast, put it in the end, which is actually insanely easy to do, and then 1, Enderman, they're never going to be able to reach you, you're way high up above them. But 2, if we play our cards right here, maybe give you a little bit of speed, we can go ahead and sail straight up far away from the central land island. You know, swerve the dragon fight entirely. After all, who knows any of that? It's been the same forever. And then in time, find the end city, maybe a better one with an elytra, and soar right up to the ship. Now for actually even more on how this thing completely breaks the end and some other uses for it, check out the Happy Ghast series next. Into that one, over the course of multiple videos, we go even deeper into this mob because, oh boy, this one here, it could be all day long. Channel members, a Happy Ghast World download, it's out right now for you. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Smash like, subscribe, and on the end card, the Everything series playlist with even more episodes just like this. Oh, I almost forgot to show you. The Happy Ghast spawn egg, it's quite beautiful, and did you know a group of Happy Ghasts? Well, according to the devs, it's called a chuckle. Yep, that's exact real hard cold lore. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, wait, what's that? You're still here? You want bonus bag? Okay, I got you. The Ghastling, for some reason, inside of this thing, it's bleeding. And the grown-up Ghast, it actually has a secret texture. You can only partially see it in-game, but when you put a boat on the Happy Ghast, it gets this whole lead texture with a really cool top part. It's a shame we can't see this. Thank you very much. For real this time, goodbye.